Hello, it is Saturday, July 12th, 2025. I'm Chris Primo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Saturday puzzle today, which means we're going to be solving a potentially tricky, themeless edition of the crossword, and I've just received a tip that this might well be a particularly tricky edition of the crossword. We'll see if that holds true for me, as it has for the person who gave me the tip, but that is often the case on Saturday. And today's potentially very tricky edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by a new backer, or rather a backer who comes as a pair, Morty and Myrtle. Welcome to Morty and Myrtle, and thank you so much for directly supporting the Daily Solve channel through the Patreon campaign. It really does keep this series going, allow me to do this every day, and I'm very grateful for that support. Thank you, Morty and Myrtle, and Morty and Myrtle are joined, as always, by the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. As I say, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. Those four, they do support this channel. They keep it going day by day, and I am very grateful to them for that. Thank you so much to them, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel at any level via Patreon. If you'd like to do so, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find bonus videos available to patrons. That includes last week's mini puzzle pseudo speed solve, which I realized I hadn't solved yet, so this week's will have to come soon as well. And then also, of course, for benefactors, like those I've just mentioned and our new pair of backers, Morty and Myrtle, there's also the official Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. Thanks again to everybody who supports the channel in that way. And let's get on to today's crossword, shall we? This is a potentially tricky Saturday themeless edition of the Daily Solve, and it's been constructed by Katie Hoodie, who's responsible for a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times. No theme, just tricky clues today, probably. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Whoa! Interesting looking grid. Look at this. We've got this little sort of funny little section of four words of length 4 with this very nice sort of slightly rotated grid pattern. How interesting. So we've got quite a few longish answers in here. Anyway, that was fun. Okay, I can immediately tell these crosses are going to be kind of tricky. One might start fermenting in the kitchen. A sourdough starter? I don't know. So let's look at the shorter downs. Smack could be kiss, or could be, smack like hit, or could be smack like smell. I could be any number of things. Kind of spider believed to spread to distant areas via railway. Oof, I have no idea what that is. Interesting. I don't know. Biblical prophet whom Martin Luther King Jr. referred to as an extremist for justice in his letter from Birmingham jail. Should probably know this, but I don't remember. I haven't read this in quite a while. Youth baseball supporters. This is going to be a disaster. Tees, maybe? Like T-ball? I don't know if that's right. I'm going to put it in because I have nothing else yet. Skipping music, say. A scratched record, or skipping music, like not going to music practice or something? Absent from class? Feels a bit broad if it's skipping music. Well, it says skipping music, say. It could be absent from class. Amigo. Pal? Spots, so to speak. Probably ends with an S. Spot for newborn care. It's not the NICU. That would be more specific than just generally newborn care. Yeah, I can tell this is going to be tricky. C38 across, which is what? With 8 down, like the upcoming release from one's favorite band. Highly anticipated or awaited. Yeah, it could be awaited. And this is probably an S. Spot for newborn care. A nest, like a newborn bird. Wraps blank sweatshirt, Earl sweatshirt, at least I recognize that name. Skipping music, say. It could be absent. Earth's crust and others. Strata. You've got several. It's the crust is one stratum, but then and others is plural strata. Okay, there we go. So kind of layers of the Earth. Maybe let's look at these then, since I've got something to go on. Rush to find them. You know what? Now that I have other things, I'm going to delete T's because I'm not actually very confident in that, and I don't have any specific reason to believe it's correct just yet. Since I'm moving to a different section of the grid, I'm worried if I leave it in there, I'll forget and I'll assume it's correct, and then I'll give myself trouble. This seems like the kind of puzzle where that could easily happen. Anyway, rush to find a mate. Speed dating? No, speed. Dates? It doesn't seem right. Let's leave speed for now. Let's see. Snobby sort. Someone posh or a... It feels like this should be obvious. I don't know. Prig? That's not quite right. With 8 down, right. Eagerly awaited. There we go. Oh, good. Okay. Speed maybe is correct then. Lose as a tail. You elude or evade a tail? No, probably evade. Many a book by Paul Theroux. A travelogue? Yeah. Series of hoops and hurdles. I don't know. Snobby sort. Maybe it is a prig. Is it? Went from 0 to 60. Yeah, aged. Went from 0 years of age to 60 years of age, presumably. I guess it is that. I think of a prig as someone who's more prudish as opposed to snobby. I guess that's sort of a form of being snobby. Okay, series of hoops and hurdles would be rigmarole. Yeah, exile that rigmarole, these hoops and hurdles to jump through. Smith was the first woman to receive the Baseball Writers Association of America's Career Excellence Award. I have no idea, unsurprisingly. What about this? Period ender. I don't know. Big ones can be difficult to manage. Big egos in people can be difficult to manage. Blank sea, body of water between Borneo and the Philippines. Oh, I don't know. Do I know this? I'm not sure. What it boils down to is this. Not sure. What it boils down to is this. And so, I don't know. Look, to peer, to look. Speed, rush to find a mate. Is this definitely look? I mean, it probably is. Could be leer, but that's more specific. You wouldn't just say look, leer. Period ender. Does it mean a period of a game or a period of time, like an era? I don't know. Elaine, this could be maybe. Elaine Smith, I don't know. Speed, rush to find a mate. Speed sweep? That doesn't sound like anything. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Buns. Ends with an S, probably? Ah, boy, this is everywhere I look in this puzzle, there's something that's stopping me up. Jane, who says, laws and principles are not for the times when there is no temptation. Jane Eyre. Bring up to date, perhaps. Redo. Yeah, you redo something to bring it up to date. It's out of date, you redo it. Cylindrical grain holders. Not silos. What are they? That probably ends with an S. Build up. This could end with an I or an A, I suppose, potentially. Shade akin to bone or eggshell. Ecru, kind of an off-white. I don't know what this is. Cylindrical grain holders. I don't know. Doozy. A lulu. That's a kind of quaint, bit of an old-fashioned word that I probably mainly know through crosswords, to be honest. Not so much even really the New York Times crossword, but maybe cryptic crosswords more likely. Anyway, I think it's probably right. Awards honoring excellence in magazine publishing. Yeah, I don't think I know that. Detective at times. Something-er, I would think. Shape of Saturn's rings. Ring? I, um, hmm. Are they? Oh, a disc. They're discs. Yeah, they're kind of flat and elongated. Yeah, okay. Or not elongated, but there's, yeah, they're disc shaped. How do you describe that exactly? Um, okay, detective at times. A tracer, someone who traces clues. Staging areas. Not sure. One might start fermenting in the kitchen or something. Oh, a brewer might start fermenting. A beer brewer, maybe. Smack. Beer could be wrong. Maybe there's something else. Kind of spider, I don't know. Biblical prophet. I'm worried about beer. Youth baseball supporters. Okay, I'm going to delete that. Hopefully, brewer gives us enough because we're not going to get any more help in this section of the grid, by which I mean there are no other answers outside of this section that can any longer intrude into it and therefore give me more crossing letters. So I've got all the help I'm going to get. Spots, so to speak. I don't know. Staging areas. This is difficult. That was fun. What a blast. Oh, that's it, I think. At least it fits. It feels right. It feels right to me. Staging areas. Sets, like sets of, on stage in a play. Spots, so to speak. Leads? No, surely not. Maybe this is wrong. Amigo, bro. Oh, there we go. It features high wind movement. Oh, I didn't look at this one yet. Oh, some kind of sonata, an oboe sonata. Yeah, a piece of music composed for oboe, a high wind instrument. Or it could feature high sections. It's not really high intrinsically. What might be seen around a star? Uh, a planet or around a star? I guess it could be, oh, maybe posse. Maybe it means a star like a celebrity. Let's try that and see. Smack. Whoop. That doesn't. Kind of, oh, hobo spider? That would make sense, I guess. Like a sort of old timey hobo who rides the rails. The spider does that as well, or is believed to, apparently. Okay. Oh, Amos must be the biblical prophet. Here we go. This is oh, home brewer. Right. Okay. So it is a beer brewer, but specifically a home brewer because they're working in the kitchen. So smack is whop. Is that right? Because I'm going to whop you. I'm going to smack you. That must be correct. It feels a bit odd to me, but I think it must be right. And the youth baseball supporters were teased after all that. Okay, I think this is correct. I don't really know the word whop. Certainly not. Do I? I'm gonna whop you. I guess so. Yeah, it's not something I hear or say, but I probably have heard it. Sooner to a longhorn. Right. Is a Sooner someone from Oklahoma or something like that? What is a Sooner? Uh, it's someone from a particular U.S. state. I don't know. Sorry, not sure. Awards excellent. Sorry, awards. That's odd. Awards honoring excellence in magazine publishing. I don't know. Probably ends with an S. I'm ready, but be nice. Don't know. Actress Diana, of all creatures great and small. In four letters with Diana, my first thought is Diana Rigg. I don't know if that's true. I don't think I know this film. Sooner to a longhorn. Yeah, okay. Oh, maybe a rival, right. Maybe I don't need to know the states. All I need to know is that they're rivals of one another in probably university sports, I suspect. So let's see. Classic Langston Hughes poem with a comma in its title, I too. It's indeed a classic poem. Latin for goodbye. Latin for goodbye. How do I not know this? I'm sure this will be very obvious when I see it, but I don't know. Star of TV and film who wrote the memoir Never Have Your Dog Stuffed and Other Things I've Learned. I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't know this memoir, but I'm guessing in 4 letters, starting with an A, in terms of someone who would have written a memoir and have a kind of quirky title like this. My guess would be Alan Alda. Um, but I don't. Oh yeah, no, that's probably right, because order that might include mortadella and capicola would probably be an Italian sub sandwich. Okay, so first score during extra time in sudden death soccer. Good first score during extra time in sudden death soccer. That would win. What does that mean in this context? I don't know. I'm ready, but be nice. Go easy on me. There we go. That's correct. Latin for goodbye. Oh, I misspelled Italian. I'm glad I caught that. Oh, is it golden goal? Is that something? Because vale seems right for Latin for goodbye. That feels correct to me. Does that work for this? Ellie's. I wouldn't have guessed that. Awards honoring excellence in magazine publishing. Ellie's. I don't know that. No preference, any. That's fine. Terms of a trade. Long O? Lungo? Like long in Italian? No. Terms of a trade. What does that mean? Oh, lingo, right? A trade like a business, not like trading things back and forth, right? So what's in your trade, you might use particular language, lingo. There we go. That's it. Quinta of Abbott Elementary, right? I've not seen this. It's been recommended to me by commenters on this channel when it has come up in the crossword, but I still haven't seen it. Quinta of Abbott Elementary. I don't. I have no clue. Its official languages are Chamorro and English. Guam, that must be. And then Kansas-born playwright with a Pulitzer. I can never remember how this name is said, but Ing. Okay, what about this? Faint. Treble? Like high and reedy? Faint? Feeble. No, that's better. That's better. Your voice is feeble. It's faint. That's obviously more correct. Okay. Enforcers of rules informally are refs, referees in a game. And then this could be Brunson or Grunson or something. I don't know. Cylindrical grain holders, still not sure about that one. Build up. Not sure. Rake? Like build up a pile of leaves? That's not right. Mideast port with a natural harbor. Aden. Buns. Your rear. Your buns, your rear. You're behind. Okay. Fixed format summary of an article as on Wikipedia. Template? It's too long anyway. Fixed format summary of an article. I don't know. Not sure. Ideally I'll get that to help me with these, but don't know yet. Smith, right, okay, I don't know that. Symbol of defiance and solidarity. I'm not sure about that either. Okay. Important subject in law school. I should probably have some ideas for this, but I don't yet. Period ender, don't know. Waste. Junk. Member of a sub-Saharan matriarchal clan. Should I know this? I'm not sure. One tirelessly making calls ahead of election day, a kind of party activist or an electioneer. Is there any way? No. Party something? I'm just a girl who can't say, oh, maybe. I'm just a girl who can't say yes. Sounds like it could be the conclusion of that sentence. I mean, it would be either yes or no, presumably. I don't know that Simpsons episode, I don't think, but that could be right. Stomps foot down. don't know. Spots. Nabs? Not quite right. Waste. Oh, didn't we have waste over here as well? Didn't we have waste somewhere with 4 letters? I don't know, maybe not. Could have sworn we did. Where was that? Oh yeah, no, it's right here. Yeah, so we have waste crossing itself. Okay, waste. I don't know. Blair Smith, maybe? Trying to think what could end this. What name could result in a letter that ends in a way that allows this to be correct? It's not going to be a consonant, probably. I don't know. What it boils down to is this. No. God, this is weird. Maybe Pierre is wrong. Speed, rush to find a mate. This is not going well, is it? Waste. Come on. Dispel? No. Okay, let's at least look at all the clues. Make sure I'm not missing anything lower hanging. Stomps foot down. Spots. Probably still ends with an S. Adjunct faculty, question mark. So some kind of pun here. Law school for Samuel Alito, Brett Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas, and Sonia Sotomayor. I mean, in 4 letters with 4 different current Supreme Court justices, it would have to be pretty prestigious probably, so I'm guessing Yale. Member of Sub-Saharan matriarchal clan, right? Here we have tirelessly making calls, party. I don't know. I hope party is correct. Convention challenger. So it could mean convention like a political convention, but it could also mean convention like norms. It's probably that. Iconoclast? Maybe that's right. Maybe yes is wrong. Ugh. If that's true, I'm less confident about party. I'm just a girl who can't say. No idea about that. Zip. None? Like zip like nada? I don't know. Wit's end. Witless? Like sometimes things like end or beginning just mean a section of a word that can go at the end of a word to create a longer word. Like witless. Oh, but I guess witness as well actually would work. Strangely, almost the same. Wit. I can't think of any other examples, but let's try these. Las pinturas de Frida Kahlo, por ejemplo. Art, just arte. Art in Spanish. For the paintings of Frida Kahlo, for example. One tirelessly making calls ahead of election day. Could this be a hyena? Is there something about how hyenas are a matriarchal clan, or is that also the name of a people? I'm not sure. Zip, Elon, maybe? Like you do something with, I don't know, zip or style or something? Is that? Not sure. One tirelessly making calls ahead of election day. Let's put party in just to see, now that I have more crosses at the end, if that helps at all. Party. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Oof, okay. I'm just a girl who can't say you? Is there any way that's right? It sounds a bit odd, but now that it looks like it's not yes or no, it's going to be less obvious. So, important subject in law school. If this were an H, does that give me anything? It does, ethics. Oh, right. Okay, I bet that's correct. Okay. So witness and then zip. Is it Elon? I don't usually think of those as, if you do something with Elon, you do it with a sort of, swiftness and alacrity, maybe? It's not usually how I think of that word, but maybe. Dialer. A party dialer? Is that something? Probably not. Oh, no, that doesn't fit anymore anyway. One tirelessly making calls ahead of election day. It's not party something. It's what? I don't know. I'm just a girl who can't say dough. Oh, is it referencing Homer Simpson's exclamation of dough? Maybe adjunct faculty. Sixth sense. Oh yeah, right. Like your faculties are your sort of senses, and so you've got the five senses, and then you've got one adjunct to that. Sort of next to them. So that would be your sixth sense. Okay, I think that's probably right. So some of my assumptions were wrong, but that's how it goes. Fixed format some. Oh, an info box. Yeah, when on Wikipedia, when you've got those, rectangles with various bits of information in those are kind of fixed format, as it says, little chunks that can be inserted on different pages. So symbol of defiance and solidarity, a fast. I see. I was looking for a kind of physical metaphor, but no, this is the action, collective action of a fast. Okay, and then stomps foot down. I don't know. Waste, I don't know. Oh, a robo-dialer. I see. It's quite... So, I mean, I read tirelessly, and I just thought that meant a person who's, obviously not literally tireless, but effectively so. But nope, they mean quite literally. A tireless robotic dialer. Stops foot down. Stops foot down is I won't. Oh, it was a visual symbol. It was a metaphor. It is a fist. It's a symbol of defiance and solidarity. Okay. And then stomps foot down. Maybe you're making a fist while fasting. And then stomps foot down is I won't. And then waste is blow. You waste your money, you blow it. Spots, loci, right. Yes. Okay. As in plural of locus, sort of area of focus. And then waste is debris. Okay. And then maybe this is Blair. So rush to find a mate is speed breed? I've never heard that phrase. Is that something? Speed breed? Period ender. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Blank sea, body of water between Borneo and the Philippines. Not sure. Look. Oh, deem. You have a certain look. You. This is how I look at that problem. This is how I deem it. That doesn't quite work. You deem it to be. How does it look? How does it seem? How does it look? How does it seem? Yeah, that's a synonym in certain contexts. So rush to find a mate, speed. Yeah, I just do not know what this is. I'm sure it'll seem silly when I realize I didn't get it at the end. When I realize what it is. What it boils down to is this. Oh, in sum. What it boils down to, in sum. So all in all. Okay, so blank C, period ender, corn? What is that? How am I just not seeing some of these? This does, oh no, Claire. Why did I think Blair instead of Claire first? That's weird. Claire Smith, probably. So, speed chess. Rush to find a mate as in checkmate in the game of chess, of course. That's obvious. And then why is period ender horn? Oh, because the horn is blown to signify the end of a period? Is that what it is? And then Sulusi. Oh, right. Okay. I recognize that now that I actually have it in the grid, which isn't very impressive. So speed chess, there we go. Okay. Does that finally help me with this? Build up. Rile? That doesn't quite seem right. Build up. Just going to look at the keyboard and look at the remaining letters and see if any of them jump out at me. To build up, to... Oh, rise? If a city rises, it builds up. So cylinder... Oh, okay, and that ends with an S, which is probably obvious anyway. So quinta... Again, Grunson, Brunson, cogs? Are grain holders cogs? Cobs? Oh, cobs. Like grains of corn. Right, that's what it is. It's Brunson. Okay, so... Oh, good. That's a relief. With a puzzle like this, you never know. I was thinking maybe I'd have something wrong, but fortunately not. Okay, so great. That was a tricky Saturday. I mean, it certainly lived up to its name. I can't really... I don't fault it. I don't really think there was anything in here that was unfair or anything. It was just tricky. What really troubled me? What really tripped me up? Robodialer was tough. I wanted that to be party something. I thought it was going to be some kind of, party activist or something like that. But no. Um, Iconoclast was good. I got that pretty quickly. Hyena took me a while. Claire obviously did as well. And I had an odd, that Blair thing was strange. Just what pops into your head first. I don't know. That's how it goes. Horn took me absolutely ages. So did Sulu. So did Seam even. That doesn't seem as though it should have been that difficult, and yet it was. And Cops, yeah, till the very end, did not imagine. Again, I guess because my first thought when I saw cylindrical grain holders was a silo, and I'm sure that's what I was meant to think of. I mean, there was probably intentional misdirection. So often with Saturday puzzles, you get fewer puns. I mean, there were a couple of puns, but you definitely fewer than there were yesterday, for instance. But what you get more of is kind of misdirection or vagueness or just kind of disambiguity. I mean, or rather ambiguity, I should say, that you yourself then need to disambiguate. Um, you have a clue that could mean any number of things, like waste has a number of meanings, as evidenced by the fact that we've got two of the same clue crossing one another. Zip, look. These are vague words that without context could mean any number of different things. They have different senses. And that is what you get on Saturday, and that's what I got today, and it absolutely tripped me up. But we also had some good sort of, literary and historical and religious references, like the bit from Jane Eyre. We had the reference to Letters from a Birmingham Jail somewhere. We had the Langston Hughes poem. So yeah, there were just we had the playwright and etc. So a good mix of kinds of words and knowledge. I think it's a good Saturday puzzle, but it was a tricky one. So there we have it. That was how I did. And let me know how you fared with this one in the comments or the Daily Self Discord chat server. Nice friendly chat community linked in the description field. And if you've been enjoying these videos, do subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Thanks to everybody who's done so. Oh, sorry, here's a clue I didn't see. D's Dem Does, Glenn Miller composition. I don't think I know that track. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, there we go. That was the Saturday crossword. I'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday, a bigger grid, themed. Shouldn't be quite as difficult as this, we would hope. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.